All-Americans, only second time in NCAA history.
Yeah, it's been a great year. Just a lot of fun people to work with. You know, obviously the team, our staff, just from top to bottom. I mean, it's just, you know, we're just constantly kind of thinking ahead, and just, you know, everything's preparation for the next thing. So we don't really kind of stop and reflect a whole lot. Obviously, we're learning. It's a really fun year, you know, with some new faces like a Luke Lodahl, right, and you know, a freshman Barr, and you got a guy like Carter who just, you know, wins a 5th national title, all the way up and down the lineup. Everyone gave a great effort, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, you know, obviously our coaching staff, Coach Cody and Coach Casey, and you know, Nick Lee was a great addition this year. With Cody and Casey, I really just try to stay out of their way and let them do their thing. And I mean, they're the best coaches in the world, and so it's been a lot of fun to work with them.
Next question.
And Jim Carlson, Harrisburg. Cael, did you see that takedown coming with Carter? I mean, you know, sort of, you know it was going to happen at some point.
Well, yeah, it's just kind of what he does. He's such a competitor, and you know, I think you know, you think, hey, he's won 4, he's going to automatically win 5, but I don't think he. As soon as they knew, you know, there was that COVID year, he probably, you know, heard about that every day, where someone's like, hey, you can be the first 5-time NCAA champion. He's like, well, you know, let me win my 2nd first, and then maybe my 3rd, and or whatever, you know, wherever that came along. So that was a heck of a feat. I mean, that's really really special, and it just takes a lot of mental toughness and focus, and super happy with him. But yeah, the shots. I mean, you got 2 of the best wrestlers in the country. You know, first match up, which is kind of weird, but that was a great match. I mean, and that reshot Carter hit was as good as it gets.
Question in the second row for Coach Sanderson.
Congratulations, Cael. Joe Smeltzer in Indy Sports Now. You just alluded to it. A lot of people would have expected Carter's match to be last instead of first. Do you feel that that's a sign that wrestling isn't being marketed the way it should be? Because a lot of people have expressed that they feel that way.
It's not a big deal. I mean, it's, you know, when we told Carter, he's like, oh, really? Yeah. It's not a big deal. You know, whatever it is, it is. Usually events build up to the big match, but it doesn't matter. We're just whatever. We just show up, and you know, that's you know, Carter shows up every day. That's why he. You know, and you see him compete all year long for 5 years. He competes every match, whenever, wherever. So it's pretty special, and that's how, you know, you do what he just did. But we're not worried about those kinds of things. Really, it's not a big deal.
Go to our next questions from the left side of the room.
Hi, Coach. Josh Moyer, Center Daily Times. How much of yourself do you see in Carter?
Well, he's a competitor, and I mean, there's just certain things where you hate to lose so much that you will do whatever it takes. I mean, diet, training, anything, you know, within the rules, of course. And you know, most people don't have that, you know. I mean, and he does. He's just he's a competitor. I mean, he puts the time in, and he does what he thinks he needs to do to be ready mentally and physically, and then he goes out there and he competes hard every time. You know, I mean, every time he competes, he's given a great effort.
And if I could follow up, when did you realize you had that in Carter? Was that right out of the bat? Was that after his first season?
I think he just continued to get better, right? And he's very coachable. His technique improved over time, which you don't see that a lot. Obviously, if you follow wrestling, you know, I mean, and everything kind of cycles and goes in you know, peaks and valleys and waves, and you know, he was consistently working to get better all the time, which is obviously what it takes.
Question from the third row.
Cael, again, as any tournament here, you know, you had a lot of highs. There's also a few lows, a few unexpected losses, things like that. You know, how difficult is it to keep it sort of even keeled when those kind of things happen?
Oh, it's tough. I mean, your heart's with each individual. I mean, you look at them. We spend so much time with these guys. I mean, you know, you want to see them happy and reaching their goals. And in a sport like this, any sport, you're talking 1 second here, 1 second there was a difference. So yeah, some tough losses, but everybody kind of rebounded well. And even coming into the tournament, I mean, Greg hurt his knee last week in practice, and we weren't even sure if he was going to be able to wrestle. You know, first match, we weren't sure if he was and he just got tough for the team. Went out there and made the semifinals. Josh Barr, same thing. Like we didn't know how he was going to wrestle first match. We were hoping he could compete, and then he makes it to the finals as a freshman with a gutsy performance. Obviously, really impressive there, and just up and down the lineup. I mean, Luke Lillidahl is just getting better every match. I mean, he's such a pleasure to have on the team. Davis had a great tournament. Bo Bartlett wrestled great. Again, a couple seconds away from being in the finals. That's life. That's sports. Ben Ness wrestled great. Kazak again. Just a scramble here, a couple seconds away from moving on, and that's just kind of how it goes. And Mitchell win the nationals. Obviously, Levi Haynes was a takedown away from getting in there, and finishing third. I mean, guys finishing third is there's a lot of honor in that. I mean, that's a really big deal. Something that obviously we really value. Them kind of battling back as a team, and then you saw Carter and Barr and Greg I already talked about. So yeah, great team effort. And just super proud of them and happy for them, and we're excited to get back to work. I mean, it's all process. We just keep getting better as coaches. We got to take our own medicine and figure out how we can do things better.
Yeah, hi, Cael. Frank Bedani, New York Daily Record. With all the success you've had, this team in particular, is there a few of the things that maybe stand out? What makes this special, this version? Is it, the 10 All-Americans? Is it Carter? Is it the points record? Is there something that maybe makes it special, or maybe you're most proud of, or that was maybe the hardest?
I'll have to reflect on that. I mean, it was just a lot of fun. It was a great team. Just 10 quality, tough, 10 All-Americans. Obviously, it's super hard to do. I mean, you have two guys coming in here with injuries, and then obviously, if everybody's talking about the expectations and this is the point record or whatever it is, we don't talk about that stuff. But kids live on their phone, so they're seeing it and hearing it all the time, and it's hard. I mean, being expected to do something and do it is probably the toughest thing in sports, right? And so, but that also makes it a fun challenge. But yeah, just a great team. I mean, all of our teams, we feel like they're special, and we're excited for next year too. We just keep getting better.
We have time for two final questions. First one on the left side of the room.
Coach Greg Pickle from Blue White Illustrated, congratulations.
Thank you.
When you won a title here the last time, the college athletics world was different. There was no transfer portal, NIL, all that stuff. So as you talk about the process, getting back to work, things like that, what does the next days, weeks, months look like?
What we focus on as coaches and what we offer and bring to the table, that's not going to change. As everything else changes, and maybe it's hard, but it's not hard for us because we know what's most important to us and what is the most important thing at the end of the day for us. And that's just take care of our guys and help them be happy and reach their goals.
And our final question in the second row.
Cael, there's been a lot of dynasties, not just in wrestling, but throughout sports. In wrestling specifically, obviously, Iowa, Oklahoma State have had runs. You're on a run now. What's your feeling just on dynasties in general? Do you feel it's good, bad, neutral for the sport when one team is just, so dominant for so many years?
I just know, what my job is. My job is to put together the best staff we can at Penn State and recruit the student athletes that fit the character and the focus and the mold that we're looking for, and just be the absolute best we can be. And if we do that, we're going to continue to be successful. But that's what I'm focused on. Anything else is it's just not something we think about.
That's Coach Cael Sanderson of your 4-time and now 12 and 14 years national champion Penn State Nittany Lions. Congratulations.
Thank you.